Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Fragment Friday run. This is a grumpy old guy gaming. Heading into the V's Place server for this week's adventure. Big thank you to VNess for having this server up as well as the Mackerel server, and a big thank you to everyone hosting area servers out there as well as the lobby server for the area servers to branch off of. Without further ado, let's head in and see what we can do in this level 57 fire field. Dim Night in the Wasteland. Links down below for the .hack network. Fantastic all-around .hack site and Discord, home of the How to Set Up and Play Fragment Guide, as well as NetSlum, the lobby server site for Fragment. A fantastic community all around. Those two places, excellent places to go for .hack and Fragment needs. And let's see what's coming out of the first portal here. We have 3 Sled Dog Kings. All kind of spell damage coming our way here. Something we'll have to watch. Did end up coming out of that just in time. First Sled Dog King is down. We do have Rig Same and Rig Geem guiding us here. So I'm not terribly worried. Saw a big crit there. Excalibur, critical hit weapon, helping us out on that front. Sled Dog King goes down as well, so it's now a one-on-one fight. No water element attacks to help us through here, but we do have pure damage on our side in the one-on-one contest. And another critical will finish off the third Sled Dog King. That is 27 experience to the better there. A little bit of Ulrep just to keep us whole. Pick up a Twilight Onion. Three more Sled Dog Kings, so what we lack in variety we make up for with multi-headed fire monsters. Just sort of let that go by. I was worried there for a second about the little enemy box showing off screen, but then I realized it was because the third Sled Dog King had drifted partially off screen. So Sled Dog 1 is down. Probably need to heal after that swing. Do love how they're going for generally more spells, as though they know that physical attacks aren't going to harm us near as much. Another elixir popped there, but certainly worth its weight in gold. Big 560 point critical Excalibur, certainly working out well for us today as we get our second crit of the battle. Gonna re-up on Rig Same and Rig Geem. Again, there are two very specific ways you can play a Heavy Blade. I'm choosing this way because of Excalibur. The normal Heavy Blade attacks are powerful but only hit one target as we come up on a Grangon here, which is great because we in fact do have a wood element attack. Big elemental hit for 802. See a huge difference there between that and the normal 198 we're doing. Just about time to fire off another. Got 3 straight elemental hits on that. That is a huge boon for us. Already got the Grangon under 300 health. And just like that, it goes down. Pop a Mage's Soul. Pick up 13 experience for the Wandering Dragon. There are also Katana-type Heavy Blades, which do allow you some quicker multi-target skill attacks. I do have one with me, however, it's the Byakugan Custom, which is a purely fire element sword. That said, Gogs I really wanted to stick with on flavor, and Excalibur was kind of my geeky sort of destination point for the character, as I do love Arthurian legend, and the ability to grab Excalibur in a game is an opportunity I seldom pass up. Just going strike after the Sled Dog King, mercifully only a pair of them this time. Re-up buffs again. It could take on the longer side if I keep doing that, but on the bright side it's keeping me alive, so I could live with that. Lenoncuris out of the chest. Next portal, ugh. See what I can only assume are Temple Knights to go with that Sled Dog King. We're going to back off a bit because there was a nearby portal as well, and I didn't want to get stuck in a tricky situation. Holy Knights, not Temple Knights. So we're going to be a little more mindful of our hit points here. Anytime we approach half, I'm probably popping an elixir. Simply for how quickly it can go down. But as you could see, the Holy Knights, even with their combo attack, aren't doing a huge amount of damage to us. A little bit of life drain from that one. It's never pleasant for us to see our opponents getting hit points back in any phase. Get stuck on the Sled Dog King. It's really the Holy Knight I want to go after here. We know a Sled Dog King on its own, not a huge risk to us. Our accuracy and speed buffs have worn off, so we're kind of limping through this battle here. Do get through it though. And now it's time to press forward. Go back to that portal we retreated from moments ago. And it's more Sled Dog Kings. Just ignoring the early damage and focusing on that right hand target. Got it down to 10 and the kill. So in really good shape here against the second Sled Dog. May not even have to pop an elixir if we're lucky. If it stays on the physical attacks, we should actually outgain what damage potential it has and stay in relatively good shape, which we do. Treasure chest spawns just off screen, so it's time to go back. Fortune Wire to disable the risky business and pick up a gold necklace. Nice item out of that chest. I think we can get one more battle in here before rebuffing on Rig Game and Rig Same. And to test me on that are a pair of Holy Knights. Holy Knights, very mobile as well as lethal. As you can see, in tandem, their attacks actually biting through us pretty well, and my timing on the buffs, not the best. They are, in fact, gone right early in this battle. As is Holy Knight number 1. And I do like our chances in any one-on-one battle, especially with a 500-point crit in our favor. Throw Parabol Rep that to get us close, and then reapply Rig Game and Rig Same. Just a handful of portals remain, and they are mostly right around the dungeon. Did not see a Spring of Mist, so we won't be trying to boost any armor and or weaponry. We will, however, be smacking this Grangon, or attempting to miss there. Making up for it with a near 400-point critical. Just going to keep an eye on the SP, and when it gets back up to 50, try another chance, because an 800-point elemental hit is too good an opportunity to pass up on. See? Just takes that hit bar right down. Consistent hits the rest of the way will take us home. Go down to about half health, but nowhere further. Pardon me for 1 second. And we are back. Best laid plans. I can never get any recording done without some sort of interruption. I do apologize for the phone going off there. Another gold necklace out of the chest as we move into our final 4 portals. More sled dogs. This time casting in tandem, so that health bar goes down quick. Wanted to make sure and get that elixir in before the next wave of attacks, just in case they were in sync again. Turns out they were not, and we were in fine shape. But again, better safe than sorry. Rather pay the 1,000 gold than lose 1,000 experience. Big takedown of the Sled Dog Kings there. That's 18 more for that portal. Take a look at the old status page once we get inside the labyrinth, or dungeon, or really whatever you feel like calling it. Taking a moment to make sure all buffs are up, because losing speed and accuracy does not sound desirable here at the end of the field. Holy Knight and Sled Dog King. Almost got the Holy Knight down. Big critical saves us a little bit of time, and one more swing gets us hacking away at that Sled Dog King right quick and in a hurry. Here's some stomping in the background. That can only be a Grangon that is waiting patiently for us. Very nice of it to do so. Now we will switch to it. Hit for 401. Still not mad at that damage even without the elemental hit, which we get the second time. So our first 2 strikes average out to about 600 damage a pop. Liking that. Gonna have it down past half health by the time our SP recharges for another stab at that juke attack. Another big 802, and now its spellcasting is nowhere near our sword slashing. Take it down incident free. Second time a Grangon has just wandered into our field of vision. Second time it has paid dearly for doing so. 2 more portals left out in the field. That's right, we're down to numbers I can count all on my own. Get a couple swings in here before we start going off with the big guns. Elemental hits are such a boon in this game. Oof, got some real trouble sneaking up on us. Pair of Holy Knights coming in. Or maybe it was just one and the haze made it look like 2. 1 I think we could handle. Actually gonna go ahead and use both a Mage's Soul and a Healing Elixir to get us right healthy as a Sled Dog King enters as well. Grangon is down. Time to go after the Holy Knight. Take him out in order of appearance. Had to wait for our attack animation to finally finish off. Made things a little dicey there on that elixir, but we do get through the Holy Knight and into the Sled Dog King with a relatively good hit point stash. No more Rig Same or Rig Game. Much easier to say when you use the proper sounds for the words. Get those fired back up for our final contest of the field. And a little bit more risky business, which is fantastic. Gives us a moment for the SP to recharge. A Saint Cross. I think the one cross in this game that isn't a consumable healing item. That is a piece of armor. I want to say it is body armor. Not sure though. Couple Holy Knights to finish out the portals. There is our all clear. Again, want to point out those graphics, like the battle mode and the all clears, were the work of Emus translating those. Translation headed up by Telly or Alice. All kind of members contributing to the translation team, to the code. Really cast of 1,000 names, and each and every one of them a superstar. Now we've got functioning news and guild and bulletin board. I can't wait to see what the first news item posted is, by the way. Really curious to see. Gonna hop on our noble Grunty and ride Grunty ride to the dungeon. Grunty's very important acquisitions from the offline mode to be used online, because no wandering monsters can attack you while riding a Grunty. Looking inwards, at least into the dungeon, first floor here, brought to you by no sponsor. No sponsor, proudly serving this channel since I said. Taking a moment to get our buffs back up. Also have some App Corv in case we have to cast. That will come in very handy, because magic is not GOG's strong suit. Got a Watcher. This is a bit of an issue as it hits powerfully with magic damage and can charm. So our best chance is just to not give it that big a gap. Fortunately, charm does not last a super long time. So at the most, it's going to get off one attack against us, but that attack nearly takes us out. You can see we're not going to be messing around. Any damage we take from a Watcher is going to be swiftly met with some healing. Another big fire strike there. I'm going to try like crazy to get it down to half health here. There we are. Just sort of thinking of the next charm as a when, not an if. And keeping ourselves in as good a position as possible to fend it off. That little bit of damage will be completely covered by Rig Same. Unfortunately, physical attack is its like number 3 slot, so I don't see that happening often. Do finally take the Watcher down. That's going to be worth a cool 13 experience to us. I'm certainly not mad about that. Pick up another Saint Cross as we make our way to another Watcher. Get first strike in, and then we get charmed after strike number 2. So the good news is almost 500 damage in. Bad news, we're about to take some fireballs to the dome. Does seem like the damage on that last strike was nullified by the charm. Not sure if that's a timing discrepancy between when the game recognized it and when we recognized it playing, but either way, we are still in the fight and still battling valiantly. Gotta make sure to get that elixir off. Don't want to get stuck in an attack animation and charmed in the interim. There's a failed charm attempt, and gee, I just feel terrible for the Watcher on that one, don't I? Down to 600, it fails another charm attempt, and the end is in sight. GOG's strikes true. Reapplying buffs. And into the next we go. Risky business. Some Chris armor this time. Picking up a Fire Tempest. Nothing out of the skeleton. Got a big old stage waiting for us on this battle. And it's yet another Watcher. We've faced nothing but Watchers so far. So we're at least familiar with the pattern. Heal at the proper moment. Ugh. Back-to-back misses. You don't like to see that. Another charm there. Watcher's gonna drift away. Probably get a fire spell off just as charm comes off. I pressed the elixir a little early there, but we were pleasantly surprised by a miss on the second hit. Now we've got the Watcher nearly in a corner, and that is a fantastic position for us because it means we're going to get these attacks off whichever way it tries to move. Does eventually get out, but we manage to get it back in the corner. One more hit remaining. Can we get it in before a charm? Yes, we can. Whew. Watchers are the weakest of their types there. I want to say there are 3 different types of monster with that typing. It's the Watcher, the Stare, and the Death Glare. Pick up a healing potion out of the skeleton this time through. I'm going to take a moment to make sure all buffs are refreshed since our speed boost just wore off. And while we're here, let's take a look at the old status screen and see that we're a little over halfway through this 53rd level. GOG's progressing nicely. Just did restart the old Heavy Blade in the past couple weeks after a bit of a hiatus. Reached one of those level spikes in the offline story late last year and just haven't got back to the story. Need to do that and need to break it out into its own playlist to give it proper justice. Here we get our first non-watcher of the dungeon. It is a Grangon, and we will happily fight one of these bad boys. Earth Dragon type, but certainly something that we handled well out in the field and can handle well inside as well. Another big 802 drops Grangon below 1,000 health. And anytime you as a player character in a game of this nature have more hit points than the opposing monster, it's a good time. It's a good time overall. You're in a great place. Fire Tempest out of the chest, and we make our way further down this very expansive opening floor. Looks like 4 more portals. Risky treasure here. Giving us a golden helm. So we've been picking up some body armor, we've been picking up some head armor. Nice summon fire there. Up next, we are going to the right of the map, take out that dead end. Got our little pectagonal shaped room with another Grangon on a pedestal, or rather raised platform. No elemental hits, but still over 800 points of damage as we open the normal attacks. Every little bit helps as we watch our SP slowly build back up to 50. Could pop a Mage's Soul, but I'm kinda conserving those for need to rather than want to moments. Plus, we're hitting for a solid 198 on our normal attacks, and it is worth noting that Excalibur does have that critical hit chance for double damage. So overall, taking the slow and steady approach isn't going to hurt us much. Unless, of course, we start missing like crazy, like we seem to have been doing this battle. Do make it through, though. Happily take that 13. And move to the next. And the next is a Sled Dog King. The first 6 monsters we faced out in the field, and we're getting our field lock back on this battle. A good 560 point critical. Makes this battle 1 strike shorter than even we anticipated. St. Cross and 9 experience, and as I'm about to leave, I hear another chest spawn, and that's going to give us a Linen Cuirass. Do have to reapply Rig-Geam and Rig-Same before the next battle. Going to do it right at the start of this room so we can get a little bit of regeneration here before we make our way into the final portal room of the first floor. We'll be rebuffing again in the second floor anyway, because that's just how I do. Lava, a lovely neon blue shade there. Get a Watcher to round out the first floor, and really, would we have it any other way? Doing better than usual. Got over 1,000 on it before it even tries to charm us. It goes the straight damage route. Finds that our healing elixirs aren't quite that exhausted. Big 496 point critical there. Got the Watcher under 1,000, and there's charm number 1. Knew it was coming, only a matter of time. Now we're just going to try and keep it in focus. Get our heal, and see what we could do about this remaining damage. Saw it did get a good clip of health back while we were charmed, but nothing too dire. Nothing we can't hack our way back through. Only 2 hit points left on it, and a critical hit for plenty of overkill. Finishing off the Watcher there. There goes our speed charm, but no point in grabbing another one at this point. We will simply limp the rest of the way there. Another nice look at the neon bluish purple glow there. Very neat lighting effect. And make our way to floor 2. Floor 2 sees us whole and healthy, but our healing elixirs down to 59. Second floor with a very simplistic opening. See a room there. We are more than likely skipping at the top middle from what I'm guessing of this map. All buffed up and ready to go. Got another Grangon. We're happy about that. Did hear the siren call of a Bearcat egg as we entered the room. Be sure to backtrack for that after the battle. But, you know, business gotta come before protein. I'm falling asleep at the wheel here. Could have got that attack in a little bit earlier, and it's all for naught anyway, because it missed. Do take the Grangon out before that spell takes effect, so we get a whole lot of animation and absolutely no damage out of it. 13 experience the better, and on to the next. Empty room above, and now we see the dungeon widening out just to the right. Do see these stairs down though, so we know we're in for at least 3 floors of fun as we pick up a Linen Cuirass here and venture further right. See 2 dead ends spawning off of this room here, where we face a Watcher with plenty of room for it to move and us to chase. Just keeping on and really just trying to keep hammering that damage in. Big critical there. We're happy to see the Watchers staying on a more pure damage route. Does charm us and does get a decent chunk of hit points back, so battle is going to be slightly extended from a promising beginning, but nothing we haven't handled in the past and can't very well handle here as long as we are careful. Failed charm there, that is music to our ears. That means we could get it well under 1,000 with yet another timely critical. Every critical is, that one more so than most. Only 38 hit points remain, and they, with 210 others for good measure, follow in the next strike. Already hit the exit button as that risky treasure comes through, so we'll never know what it would have been. Got some Spark Maidens here, and this is serious trouble for us for that very reason there. We are now asleep as they can wander around fast as the dickens and cast magics at us. Sleep holds us down for a good deal longer than a charm. Do just come out of that one. Big critical, but we are slept again. And I did just notice Rigsame is gone, so we are hoping on fortunate timing here. Very tempting to go ahead and use the data drain in that instance, but we did get rid of the Spark Maiden, at least the one we were attacking. Other one did put us to sleep again, and has wandered its way over in our direction. We get a strike in before we are asleep once more. Thankfully, it doesn't do much more than that and run away. Finally casts a little, so we'll be popping another elixir when we come out of it here. Light our blade on fire for a 3-hit fire strike, and a big follow-up attack for the finish. 2 Spark Maidens, not the friendliest sight we could have seen, but we did make it through. For going into this room, we will make sure to reignite our Rig-Geim and Rigsame. And hope for less maidens this time through. Instead, we get more. That's what I get. Now this is really going to be a race against the clock. They all came out firing there, and we got insta-slept. Don't think we're going to make it through. Just did, but we had to burn some time on a speed boost, and now it's time to see if we can actually make it through again. Survived. And asleep. Not sure we're going to make it through 3. I'm, just trying to be honest here. We're probably losing a level. Burn another one just to stay near full health. Finally got back to dealing damage. And Spark Maiden number 1 is down. Whew. That was some work. Still don't like our chances even against 2, but we have survived 2 in the past. Surviving 3 would be a massive feather in the old cap. Did not get a chance to fire off that elixir, got a bit aggressive with the combo attacks, and now we are once again in the dreaded waiting game. And all for naught. Those attacks didn't even hold. Back at it this time though, and gotta feel good about our chances until we are once again put to sleep. Worst thing is that data drain chance will be completely gone by the time we actually did come out of it just in time, but did not data drain. Didn't even heal, and we are once again in a precarious place. Time to see if we can finally finish off the immortal Spark Maiden. Number 2 took a short forever to get into critical health. And now with all of our buffs gone, it's one-on-one with the Spark Maiden, and we are not letting it get away. Finish the battle, come out on top. Our reward is a Bearcat egg and some Chris armor. But I think we learned a very important lesson there, and it's that we're just not going to be able to finish this battle with Spark Maidens going with Excalibur. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the Byakugan Custom. Going to lose us our accuracy buff, but it's going to allow us to use those quick draw fire attacks against the Spark Maidens. Really the only option we have at this point. The fact that we did survive 3 of them is not lost on me. That was very lucky. Don't see it happening too often. Here we get a Watcher, proving that, you know, the best laid plans usually end up not working out. But at least the Watcher is a battle plan we've implemented enough times to be comfortable with. Keep it right in the middle of the screen, and keep those heals coming after the fire spells. Probably going to take a look at the start of the 3rd floor as to how our elixirs are actually looking. Have to imagine we're fairly low on those. I think we started at 59. Started this floor at 59. I'd be surprised if we were over 40. I want to say we burned at least 15. Kind of felt like we burned 15 on those maidens. Cancelled out there by a charm. Not the best time. Did survive, and there goes our speed boost at a very unfortunate moment. Didn't want to do it, but we did data drain. Didn't get anything from the data drain, but we did manage to survive the charm. Take out the little bat that turned into. That's right, that giant flying tower of eyes is just a big old bat when it comes down to it. Bearcat egg. Out of the corner there, and down to floor 3, where we'll assess if we could even continue, or did this dungeon knock us out. 36 healing elixirs, kind of where I figured. Let's take a look at the Fairy's Orb. There's a chance that this is the last floor. If it is, then you know, bully to us, we probably make it. If there's a stairs down, I don't see us being able to continue the whole way down. But we'll give it the old college try, you know. Starting off at least safely enough. A few empty rooms here. Chance to rest the old thumb. Picking up a Fire Tempest. Recovery Drink. It's our second strength of healing item here, and certainly the recovery drink a good deal more useful to us. Now making our way a little left. Got another empty room here. Do see stairs down. Golden turban here. Finally, picking up a burning oil. Do have some topside portals to take care of, since we now know that those are a dead end up here. Ugh, it is a watcher. Thankfully magic tolerant and not fire tolerant, so we do get some quick damage in on it. Ooh. Death Strike. Did not know those had the the dying ability on their melee attacks. Guess you learn something new every day. That means that there is literally no safe distance to fight one of these. I thought we were good up close. Turns out not quite, and that makes the sound of a failed charm even better to us, because really that's the only favorable outcome. Magic's gonna nearly kill us consistently, and melee attacks have a chance to just about do the job outright. Here, a chest behind us as we pick up the Fool, our namesake, and a Resurrect. Once again with the Fool, monster out of the corner is not but a risky treasure. Nice Mage's Soul there. Gonna reapply Rig Game and Rig Same because, you know, just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean I'm wrong. Take out this next portal. Hopefully. Another Watcher. Could have been a great deal worse, especially when it opens up with a failed charm. At this point, just sort of on high alert for Spark Maidens. Getting that quick heal in and right back to the damage dealing. Non-dying melee strike, so we could just let that one heal back up its own volition. Can't really do that with the fireballs. And down it goes. One more portal up top here. There's the Spark Maidens. We knew this was coming. Magic attack is down, but we do pick up an Apocalypse Rod. Can't say we care less about the magic attack being down there. Take those maidens down without a single sleep coming our way. That's really as good as it could have gotten. Picking up the Fool and having a little backtrack to do. But the Byakugan Custom is certainly proving its worth in our inventory in that situation. Not even the favored element against the Spark Maidens, but just having that ability to reach out and hit multiple targets. Had the Maidens on the back foot on damage, and we were able to clear from there. Gonna reapply Rig Game and Rig Same before stepping to the next portal. And the time it took for us to reach here just about has us at full on the hit point and skill point anyway. Pick up a burning oil and an antidote before moving forward, now very much at full strength. And getting a Spark Maiden and a couple of Napalons. Really needed to get that off. And now we are asleep. This is going to be a toughie, not going to lie. Still going after that maiden first because of the sleep. Don't know how we survived that. Very happy we did. Oh! Big heal. Got cut down by timing. And the maiden is back up to full, which is terrible news for us. There we go. There we go. Spark Maiden is down. Now it's just a damage on damage battle. Like our chances here, because we could just focus on one Napalon, and they're never going to tandem heal us that far terribly. As you can see, they're just kind of stuck in a loop healing. And we keep hacking away at this one Mog Napalon. Got stuck on that chain? Unbelievable. The worst luck is happening to us here. Once again, pick up a Summon Fire just as we're closing in on the Mog Napalon. There it goes. And now it's one Mog Napalon versus Gogs. My goodness, what a strange battle that was. We had scenery getting in the way, we had chests getting in the way, just all of it was a hassle. Finally done with that battle. That feels like it needs a full refresh in its own. So Spark Maidens and Mog Napalons. This is just getting dire as we progress here. More Maidens. Went a little off center that time, not that it matters because we get slept in the interim after our initial strike. Was hoping we didn't get stuck in that target not found zone, as they do a beautiful job of spreading out just enough to make your attacks ineffectual after that first combo. Unfortunately, we had to track down. Just gonna keep hammering away. Slept again. Now we have a Spark Maiden in dangerously low hit points for themselves. Just got to get through the sleep and get back at it. Miss there, not helping our cause. Do get the attack off for the finish though, and now it's one-on-one with the Spark Maiden. We'll start this phase of the battle asleep, because of course we will. Why make it easy, right? Make our way through. And start clubbing away for between 200 and 250. Somehow cleared this third floor. Made sure not to hit the button right away, so this time we actually get to reap the rewards. That being another set of Chris armor on the pile. Pick up the Fool once more. And let's see if there's at least a shortest route to a potential 4th floor statue. I would love to be able to wrap this up on a good note and not have to duck out early. A, because I would like to finish with a success, and B, because the area server will not get any points unless we open the GOT statue itself. For those who may not be aware, not only are you leveling your character playing these adventures, but by collecting the GOT statue, the server itself will gain experience based on the amount of things you cleared. Looks like there's more stairs down, and we are down to 23 elixirs. So we will give it a try with the full caveat that we're no longer going for the full clear, because full clear just is not happening. We gave it as good a try as we could. Although it's not looking like there's too much down. Well, yeah, there's 3 more. So yeah, we will very much just be going ahead and taking shortest route here. Gave it a look just in case it was a merciful floor. It is not a merciful floor. More Spark Maiden and Napoleon shenanigans, this time 2 Maidens and a single Napoleon. At least they're being nice enough to stay in this nice, tight little grouping here, and then we're put to sleep right around the point where one more strike would have definitely taken out a Spark Maiden before any healing could have happened. Also, I don't believe we reapplied buffs. So we're in a decided amount of peril. And we're asleep again. Not a level gameplay from me. Got the Protect break again, down under 300. And there goes the Spark Maiden. Second Spark Maiden puts us to sleep before we could actually locate it. That was a problem. Very mobile, the Maidens. Fortunately, they're still very fragile on the physical side. Almost through. Got a golden egg bouncing in the background there. Go ahead and collect that, and then start our one-on-one battle with this Mog Napoleon. Really do miss Excalibur at moments like this. Should just strain for expediency, but we're after experience, not expedience. Got the kill just as the heal was coming through, so the game cut us a break there. And we will happily take that and limp down to floor 5. Again, after the statue, if nothing else. Not the optimal way, not the optimal play, but survival is its own reward. Floor number 5. Marathoner, you can see we only used 3 there, but that means we're down to 20. Do have one portal in between us and what looks like the statue room. And I want to say this would be the last floor that Maidens could potentially pop up on, but Maidens could potentially pop up there. So I'm going to keep the Byakugan custom equipped. If that is the statue room, I'll be sure to switch back to Excalibur, so I'm all set for the next adventure. In the meantime, we have a Sled Dog King and 2 Mog Napoleons. That, once again, backfired rather spectacularly on us. Now we have an enemy that is flat out immune to our fire attacks. Got stuck in a bit of a targeting issue. The dot hack enemy is notorious for just pushing you out of the way, so you can't keep targeting a weakened opponent. The auto target will switch to the closest one. Just no other choice here. Kinda gotta drain the Sled Dog King, pick up a Tree Beam Spear for it, and now it's time to take out the Mognapalons. Hoping not to get stuck on any more scenery this time through. Also eliminated spell damage from the equation, as these guys will cast, but only for healing. Did get the first Mognapalon down before the heals could take effect, so now it's essentially a one-on-one with a little puppy walking around in the background. Always reminds me of Butch, the little bulldog from the Tom and Jerry cartoons. Down goes Napalon number 2, and the little doggy as well. And your little dog too. Time to collect a hard-earned statue chest. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a battle. Go ahead, get our shortcuts set back up. Vax Maxima, Juke Divider, and the both missing and misstep Torv. We will pick up a Priest's Stole, a Light Cross, and a Recovery Drink out of this chest. Would be interested to see what this chest yields on a full clear. May come back here sometime down the road. In the meantime, we'll take our win, albeit not a complete victory. 16 elixirs left. I think that's a good time to tap out. Folks, if you get a chance, go ahead, party up, run yourself a dungeon or two on Dot Hack Fragment, have a blast, and just enjoy it. Life is too short. Head out and have an adventure, even if it's just digital. This has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming, thanking you for watching, saying take care, and we'll see you around.